Alright guys, so today we are going to be working on the unit enhancement for Xi Gundam. So before we actually get into that, there is definitely something I do want to show you guys before we actually do the whole upgrading. Because as far as the Xi kit, there is actually a portion where it's able to increase its own defense. So we are trying to see if we are increasing our HP defense, this actually means we can potentially take less damage. So this is what I did. I did like a mock battle versus myself with the Xi Gundam. And as far as how much, let's say, S Gundam is able to deal, we did a good 69k damage. Alright, that's obviously good on our end, but as far as C wise, the defensive portion, it seems pretty lacking, right? So okay, yeah, so I did a few runs, right? So this one I was using, what was I using? I think I was using the O and the Phoenix, so we can kind of take a look at how much Phoenix is doing. So we're roughly doing about like 18k right there, got a 9k right there, and then another I think that's coming off from the EX skill, so I don't think we need to take a look at that. But you can see the damage wise, we are going to closely compare that after we have done the unit enhancement, and then I will be, just doing the mock battles just to see what we are looking at. And then for this one, I think I was using New Gundam. So I don't think New Gundam we were able to yield any high damage, so this is what we are looking at. So presumably I'll probably run through those 3 attempts again, and then we will compare it. And then lastly, we will probably hop into a few arena matches just to see does the tanking actually suffice being able to, I guess, compete with the rest of the unit base that we have as far as the roster. So that will give you guys a clear indication of whether or not to invest into your Xi Gundam or not. So we have nearly 6,000 points to play around with, and I think ideally I care about more the HP defense combo rather than like the weaponry. I don't really care too much about them doing damage anyways, just because of this unit itself is not really meant to be doing any high damage anyway. So I think for the weapon stuff, we might just go for accuracy and then EX skill gauge, so we can just pop those EX skill faster and we can just constantly get that guaranteed hit. So I think ultimately that could be our way or like a source for us to do higher damage, because if we are able to constantly get that bullseye hit on the enemy, I think for the long run it's going to be fairly beneficial. So I'm going to work on upgrading this, and then we'll come back around to see what I have done for this unit. Alright, so at the end of the day we went for the following. So 11 HP, 21 defense, so that does amount us to 16k for the HP, and then just roughly about 1,000 for the defense. In terms of the main weapon, I actually isn't gonna, I'm not really gonna work on it, because I feel like working on the main weapon wasn't too beneficial in a way given the constraint that I have for the unit enhancement points. So we actually went with the additional, giving a 16% to both the accuracy and the EX2 gauge. So that is gonna net us 8% for both. Same thing for the third weapon as well, so 8% to both the accuracy and the EX2 gauge. So I do hope that that is at least going to see a little bit of a change in some form or fashion. I wouldn't really know until we go ahead and test things out. So right now the defense is looking at 6,695. HP wise is over 158k, so that's actually pretty good. So give or take, defense should be roughly about 5.6k before. So with a little bit of extra defense, and then we are stacking on top of a 50% stack right there, maybe we can see some good things out of this one. So since I did not really increase any of the power wise for the actual weapon itself, so they are pretty much going to be staying where they are, but we just kind of went for the accuracy and the EX2 gauge, so hopefully that does make a difference at the end of the day. Alright, so I finished my run, and let's take a look at this one first. So this one would be the full armor Gundam with the New Gundam, and just look at New Gundam, this is kind of the damage that we are looking at, and I mean, like, it's kind of the same, right? So I think, alright, so let's kind of see. So it would be this one. So this one was our first one that we did the run for, and honestly, this one seems like the damage was a little bit lower. I mean, what's going on here? So it's a game when, like, when we are doing these testing, like, there's just not really like a clear way to actually portray how that stack of defense actually matters when we do. Alright, so for Phoenix we hit for 9k on the first attack right there, and then after that we got the debuff on Cassie, so we should be doing more damage. Okay, so that's obviously pretty consistent. So when we do take a look at, let's say, this one over here, let's see what's going on. For this one, right off the bat, we hit for 18k, and then we pop the ultimate or the EX skill. So yeah, we did more. Yeah, I say we did more out, you know, for obvious reasons. So and then you guys, the next question you guys gotta be asking, so is the unit has been any better? It's hard to say. Alright, given the kind of the testing that I did is obviously not really conclusive to say that, oh right, we did way more better tanking wise, we did more if we were able to pop more ultimate or the EX skill. It's really hard to say, so that's why we are going to go into the actual field testing. We were going to arena to see does that actually, you know, means anything after we went through the whole unit enhancement. Okay, so so this is what we are working upon. So I guess let's actually just go with this. So I'm just gonna put Cassie right over here. Gonna put this, okay, and then we are just gonna go with that. So as far as the what is it, Zaku 1 and then former Gundam, we will just kind of leave it as it is for now, and then let's kind of focus on. I'm just gonna turn it off. Let's kind of see. Right. I don't really see the EX skill gauge charge any faster in any way. I think it's roughly just about the same, honestly. Okay. Yeah, I definitely don't see it charge anything faster. No. Yeah, now that we are trying to take on, what is it, the O, obviously we ain't really hitting. So, alright, let's pop the ultimate. Got the guarantee hit. Okay. Oh yeah, that did a lot of damage with that. You guys can see that the HP on the O literally got depleted. Okay, sure. So let's kind of see how we did in this one. Alright, so as far as Cassie, we didn't really do too bad, or didn't do anything better than I was anticipating. So when we do take a look at Cassie, for example, damage taking was actually 0. I think it's probably how I situated the unit where it's the placement is, so we just weren't really prone to taking any damage. So that obviously is not going to help us as far as, let's see how good the tanking is. But as far as the EX skill gauge goes, I think we did just about right. Let's kind of see. So we'll have the ultimate or the EX skill within the 5 seconds mark, and then thereafter we did not pop it again until we hit 20 seconds later. So obviously that's a problem because we just weren't hitting anybody throughout the time. So it's kind of, you know, as expected in a way. But when we were able to pop the ultimate, the EX skill, we were able to deal the finishing blow, right? Yeah, we did a lot. Yeah, so that's pretty neat right there. But let's actually go in for another testing though. Alright, so for this one, our main target is going to be the O again, and then thereafter, I think the Cassie will probably, if potentially land on, let's say, double Zeta. I don't. Probably that's gonna be the method is going. I don't really know who he's gonna target after that. Anyways, let's kind of see. I think we popped the ultimate already, so we should be receiving that 8 seconds bullseye right there. Right, that's a lot of damage right there actually. Yep. Okay, sure. That was fairly fast there. So let's see the results. Alright, so this one we were just doing kind of average. It's not anything too crazy, anything that we need to alert ourselves in a way, because it's just kind of doing what Cassie is doing. So when we look on here, I don't think we even take a hit. So the O is vague. So it's not until after we activate our EX skill, we targeted on the O and then increased the projectile, and then after that we were able to get just a non-stop hit on the O, and then we downed L. Alright, we got that. As far as damage taken, we didn't really take that much, or I think we probably recovered. Did we recover any HP? No, we didn't. Alright, so we probably run through one more testing and see if we can find anything of a difference. Alright, so for this one, I think we are going to play the testing game. We are going to see head on how the Kasi can actually functions in a way. So because like of the 2 runs that I did, obviously I put Kasi in a situation where it's not prone to be taking any damage. So this time around, we are trying to see how that will actually work. So you can see we took a lot of damage. My gosh. Okay, is it going to survive? It is. It is surviving a little bit. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll take that because like right behind the O was actually was a Sisukui. We have I think also Zaku one as well, if I recall correctly, or maybe I'm wrong on that. But I guess we didn't really tank that well. Honestly, I'm not even gonna try to sugarcoat. I don't think we tanked all that well. I think the tanking aspect of Kasi is actually a little bit lacking for sure. Even the damage output wise, is not really, it's alright. I think it's actually not that bad. But when we take a look at the battle report, so we took a lot right off the bat from the O. Inflict unavoidable status, so we hit the O first. Okay, 16 times, so we got dodge on all of the missiles, probably the missiles funnel. And then we took some hit from, what is it, Zaku 1. So as far as the guarding aspect, we didn't really guard at all. Yeah. Okay, we launched on the O. And then we took out the O. Wow, yeah, it was in low HP. Yeah, we took a lot of damage on that. Whew, that is crazy. So we didn't even down the O? Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I guess it's kind of it's mediocre. I am just gonna conclude that even with the unit Hassan, I don't think Kasi is doing any better. Unfortunately, maybe it's just the unit Hassan. I need to go in a little bit more, but as of right now, I think that's gonna be where I'm gonna stopping it right now. Just given the fact that I just don't have a lot of resources, so we can't really push any further, and this is the best we can do for now. But with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one.